Hey everyone, welcome to Dino Boy Gaming Reviews, or Jacob Thompson 30 on TikTok. And here we have Transformers Legacy, G2 Universe, Jhiaxus. Now, bringing the figure up close here. Bringing the figure right here up close. I do have very many gripes and nitpicks about this figure. Very many. Let me just stand him upright first. By the way, I do love his design. His design is very G2 looking. I love it. It's really cool. And the details on this figure look amazing. They are very, very accurate to how he appeared in the comics and the IDW comics. The comic books I've never read before in my life. Yeah, I've never read the IDW comic books of the Transformers. Probably never will. That never hasn't been justified yet, though. But anyway, here you can see he is a part of his own faction. He's not he's not an Autobot, Decepticon. He's neither. Love the little striping detail. Love how they gave him a fakey out cockpit when his, cockpit is literally all of this. Which is literally back here. The nose is missing. His nose is in his chest. Now I'm moving on to articulation. His hands, they can turn a full 360. Ignore that panel. This panel right here that keeps flapping around. I don't know why. But that panel likes to pop off the... See, if I just slightly tap it, it won't do it now since it's on camera. But his arms can go out about that far. They can, they can kind of hinge down, but that's more for transformation. His biceps can move about that far forward, that far back. His shoulder can go up that far. He does suffer from a bit of what's the word I'm looking for? Chase syndrome with his arm getting obstructed by the nature of his mold. Second verse, same as the first. It goes up and down. Swivel up the wrists. His hands do open and close to give for some, more expressive poses. His legs kick forward about that far and back about that far. It doesn't go all the way back, and I do not want to force it. Because I might break it. He has a knee bend. And he also has, a bit of a toe pivot, a bit of a toe bend, and then a decent ankle pivot. And second verse, same as the first. Bend forward about that far, back about that far, out about that far too. Crap with that. It's spread perfectly well. As a knee bend, these move. These little wing things move. Now for accessories, comes with these two guns. It comes with these two guns. One gun is too thin and flat for me. But this other gun you can do something with this little piece right there. I will be showing that later in this video. You can take his gun, put it in his hand, close it up, and this is the first Transformer. Well, not my first Transformer to ever have, the ability to hold a gun with 2 hands. I think Primal. Yeah, Optimus Primal can do that. If you have a Transformer with a gun, you can do it that way. Now, what I'm gonna show you is with this gun at the back here. There's a tab hole, and you can pull this piece out. You can pull this piece out. Please stand up. He has a hard time standing due to his loose joints. And you can plug it in on the back here. You can do it if you want to do it. Personally, though, I like keeping this little piece up on his, canopy. I do take it off when transforming it, though, which we're going to get into now. Let me just move his other accessories off to the side. So, for this, what you're gonna do is you're gonna see, already wants to do it anyway. You're gonna take his fists. You're gonna put them in those cavities. Same thing with the other side. Well, not if his fists don't close up. Another issue of mine with this thing. You're going to take the back. Now, be careful with his head. His head has a tendency to pop off the ball joint. I don't know how. I don't know why. It just does. It's infuriating to me. It doesn't bother me. It's just annoying. Because every time I turn his head around so his face isn't poking out here. So his face isn't poking out through his chest cavity. Or through his, one of his cockpit windows. One of his cockpit windows. And so his face isn't just being shown off right here. Is to give that illusion. But be careful. This thing, for some reason, this part likes to do that. See? Just be careful with it. And if that comes off again, it just slides onto that ball. So, what you're going to do is you're going to tuck his head in. You're going to tuck his head down. Obviously, you're going to turn it around so this side is facing this side, of course. Now, you're going to leave that right there. You're going to take this piece out. Leave that for later. You're going to hinge down and pull this part of the chest part out. Flip the nose cone out. Bend the arms down. Take this red piece, fold that down. Bring this part up. His chest becomes the cockpit of the jet mode. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna come to here. You're gonna push that down, and then you're just gonna leave it like that. You're gonna take these wings. Then the next bit you're gonna do is you're gonna fold down the arms. You're gonna twist the waist 180 degrees. Now there are these. Sorry if you can't see that. There are these two there are these two tab ports. These tabs right here on the back of his arms are going to tab into those holes. But before you do that, you tab the arms in first, of course. Of many things, you tab the arms in first. Well, if they'll tab it anyway. See, and that's another issue. This thing likes to try to come undone on me. Ugh. Then you're gonna take his now this, you're gonna take this part as well. Do that first, of course. On both sides, you're gonna take the legs and you're gonna slide them on top of this tab right there. Alright, tap in the nose cone. It may look like a pure mess on camera, but that's only because it does. Sometimes it happens. You're gonna flip the wings. You're gonna take the wings and then you're gonna hinge them out. You're gonna unfold them and hinge them out. And just leave them like that. You're gonna, and it'll tab in right there. Same thing with the, good grief. Same thing with the other leg. That's why this thing is not as hard as it looks. You're gonna hinge that down for some reason. Don't know why it's doing that. And then you're gonna take that and sorry if you guys can't quite see the yeah. See, you're gonna have to turn his head in like that. My mistake was turning his head backwards. Don't do that. I forgot that didn't work. Now it won't let the arms clip in if you do it that way. It's good if you want to, you know, make it look like he's not staring back at you. I still think that's creepy that this thing can do that. And there are these little tabs right on each side of the wings, right there. And there's this little tab port that's just gonna slide over top of that. Anyway, sorry about that. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take this wing, make sure it's all, you know, properly put together. Now take the two guns, take this side, or whichever you want to do it. Plug it in right there, and then take this piece and then plug it in there. then just sit it right there. Or if you want to go based on the thing, just slap it right there. I think doing it right here is cooler to me. Okay, that's weird. Does not want to tab in. Yeah. There we go. And there is Jhiaxus transformed up into his jet mode. Now, to be honest, I've said this to all my friends in school. Oh yeah, make sure that the feet are tapped into the back thrusters here too. I've always said that, I've told my friends this, that with these little Batwing looking things, it looks like something that Robin would drive from Batman. It so does. I love it. The paint and detail on this is really cool. I really love it, and you see what I mean by I was trying to mitigate this right here. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this video. Hope to see you in a few hours because we're going to the Hollow Earth for this. Yeah, baby.